In this particular case study, we're going to attack the issue of whenever you refresh an ad set with a new creative, typically what we're seeing is that new creative gets chewed out and spit out by Facebook, even though that new creative in that existing ad set may be a winner. So what we're doing to combat that, we're setting up two different campaigns. One would be a quote unquote dummy campaign, and one is going to be what we call an Ad Nebula campaign. So the dummy campaign, we're actually nicknaming an incubator because that's a campaign that we never run. It's only to set up ads. And the Ad Nebula campaign is a simple page post engagement campaign. And I'm going to show you how we're setting these things up, why we're setting them up in the way that we're setting them up, and some of the changes that we're going to be making moving forward from the initial data and what we've been doing to get successful lead costs, lowering our app costs, and just seeing lower numbers in terms of conversions by refreshing ad sets that have converted, have gone out of KPI, and how we're bringing those KPIs back down at much lower numbers that we've seen before because we're using new creatives. So here's how we're going to do that successfully and profitably. So the first thing that we're doing is we're setting up an ad incubator, and that's a simple conversions campaign. I'm not showing it here because it's not active. It never will be active. It's a simple conversions campaign, and that's where we're actually building out the real ads. Okay. So with a page post engagement, if you know, you won't be able to add a headline or a destination link to the ad because it's a page post engagement ad. But what you can do is you can use a post ID in page post engagement and take a conversion ad, put it in page post engagement, and use it for page post engagement for that objective. So that's the idea behind the incubator. So we're incubating new ads there. It's never running, it's never active. You can put a $1 budget. All you have to do is put new ads in there, new creatives with a headline, with a destination link, and copying those post IDs, saving those either on a document or whatever you're using specifically, and then going ahead and using those in the page post engagement Ad Nebula campaign. So when it comes to the Nebula campaign, we're going to dive deeper into that one and how it's actually working. So it's a campaign budget with a $50 budget on the campaign level. It doesn't have to be more than $50. It could be less, but it can be more depending on what you want to do. Now, the important thing to note is we're using winning specific interests and winning lookalikes. That means that these audiences have converted in the past and they've converted profitably. And we're using all placements here. We're not really segmenting placements. You can use placements that have worked best for you in your particular scenario, but we're using open targeting, 18 plus, men, women. I believe this is only US bound since that's what we really want to get through. And we're just combining, making these audiences as big as possible. And what we're doing is we're just dumping new ads into the lookalikes and the specific interests. Now, moving forward, I told you, so from using this strategy, we've learned that keeping the ad on. So let me actually walk you through this process first. So then once you do that, then you go ahead and you put the ads in here, and we'll show you the ads real quick. And then we're measuring, obviously, highest relevance score. So all I care are ads with the highest relevance score. This ad is not going to get integrated in any campaign, right? Because it's got a 5 relevance score. That means in my cost per app, I'll click $6, way too high. This one, however, it's an 8 relevance score and it's a $2 cost per app click. Not amazing, but still better than the rest. So it looks like this ad and this ad, I'll go ahead and introduce to the existing campaign. So essentially all you do is you copy the post ID and then you go to your conversion campaigns and you just dump them into winning ad sets that have gone out of KPI, that need to get back into KPI, need to refresh and creative. There is no specific time set for us before we actually integrate it in the conversion ads. I honestly just wait to see the relevance score. I don't wait to see if it's 5 days or if it's 48 hours. I just wait to see what's the cost per click, what's the relevance score. Did we get an opt-in? If you get an opt-in, that's like a bonus. You're really not going for this particular, if it's a sale, but this is a particular opt-in ad. If you get an opt-in, it's a bonus. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for high relevance scores and low cost per click with a decent CTR. So outbound CTR is 0.73. It's obviously not that great. But again, this is a page post engagement objective. So you need to keep that in mind. So once I do that, I integrated this ad across 2 conversion campaigns. And let me go and show you the data. So just showing initial data after doing this last week. So I'm showing here the 2 ads that I integrated. There was another few ads that we did integrate, but they're not getting as good performance, so we just cut them. However, these 2 ads, we're seeing a cost per application well below KPI, and our bottom lines like at KPI, well below KPI. And you can see that some of the ads are performing much, much better. Very low lead cost, $5 a webinar registration, and $31 for a qualified application and booking of a strategy session from Facebook. Again, we need to calculate discrepancy. So this might be around $9, $10, and this is $60, but that's still within KPI. And the client will be very happy to see that. But the most important thing to note is that these ads, when I first launched them in the campaigns by themselves, they tanked. They literally tanked. They did terrible, and they were like, these ads are not going to work. However, when you integrate them through, the incubator, then you put them through the Nebula, and then you keep the ads on. These ads in the Nebula campaign, the ones that's page post engagement, these are not off. So that's one of the key findings that I found, is that we're not turning those off, and that boosts the performance for the entire ecosystem. So in another note before we move forward from that, I want to show you that relevance scores, depending on the audiences, were actually increased. Some relevance scores obviously decreased because, again, it's market message fit, but you can see that this ad was a 7 and an 8. At some audiences, we hit 9s. Okay. So it's very important to know that you don't need a perfect 7, 8, 9, or 10 on the incubator or the Nebula campaign, the page post engagement campaign, to roll it out. You need to know your front end metrics, making sure that things work within KPI and you feel confident with that ad before you roll it out. And plus, you have to test things. So we have to test anyways. So one of the key findings that we found using the Ad Nebula campaign is that we don't turn it off. So you can see I have other ads that didn't perform and weren't where we wanted them to be. So I turned those off, but these are performing. I am not turning them off because this page post engagement campaign is going to feed the conversions campaign. It's going to give it a boost in relevancy. It's going to boost in social proof, and Facebook is just going to like that. So I told you moving forward, some of the things that we're changing and some of the things that I'd like you to apply into your campaigns is not following this structure in particular. I want you to do 1 ad per the lookalike and the specific interest combo. So literally 1 ad for the combos. And that will allow you to have the Facebook budget allocate as much budget as you want to winning ads. Because here I have to shut off ads at the ad level. And it's really not going to help me because then I don't have a control and I can't budget allocate through the ad set settings of where I want the bulk of my budget going. But if you do at the ad set level and you've just put 1 creative within that, then you can allocate via ad limits and ad maximums. And that'll allow you to allocate the budget to the best performing ads to get more social proof, get higher relevance score, and keep the conversions ad going. So that's essentially the phase for the Ad Nebula. And the interesting thing in moving forward is once you have a winning ad, just create different variations of that ad. If you have a winning copy with a winning headline and a winning image, then you want to start rolling out different split variations from that. New headline, new image, because the copy is working, right? So the first thing to do is change the images and see what other images can work. If you're using short copy, you can probably test dynamic creatives in another campaign type and see which other images work the best, roll them out through the Ad Nebula, and then go ahead and roll them out to your conversions campaign. But it's a nurturing process for these ads in order to be ready for conversions. And so Facebook doesn't just chew and spit them out, even though you might have winning creative in there. If you have any questions implementing this into your own funnels, into your own business, please tag me, and I look forward to helping you.
All right, hey, if your business is doing $20,000 to $50,000 per month and you're kind of like stuck in this little spot there, you're running most of the things by yourself, you're doing pretty well, but you don't really have like a team built, and you want to start scaling, and you know that paid traffic's going to allow you to do that, but you're just kind of not sure how to get that whole thing working, and how do you manage all of this along with everything that's on your plate. If that's you, then I've got something for you right now. What we've done is we put a program together that I call the Directive, and it's geared just for people like you that are in your spot right now. It's meant to help you get over that hump and be able to put the processes and systems in place that not only extend across your paid advertising, but also into the back end of your business so that you can scale up your business to the six-figure mark per month and beyond. That's exactly what this is designed for. And we've got a private group here that we've limited to 30 select entrepreneurs that are in that space right now where you're doing at least $20,000 per month and you want to start putting systems and people in place and start growing and scaling in a time leveraged manner using paid traffic and get to that six-figure per month mark. We're able to help our customers rapidly get to that mark inside of this program that we call the Directive. Now, like I said, it's limited to just 30 entrepreneurs that fit this criteria. And even though you may have these base criteria here, we still may not be a good fit. So if you're in that spot and you would like to work with me and my team in a one-to-one manner on your ads, your offers, and your funnels, along with the back end of your business so that we can get you in that spot where we can take you from where you are now to six figures plus per month, then go ahead and click the link that we're going to put in the comments below this video, and it's going to take you out to a page where you can apply to talk with one of us on the team. You may talk to me, and you may end up talking to one of my other team members who is one of our qualified trainers, also an agency owner, very good friend of mine. We will only work with the best people. You may talk to me or one of those trainers, and we'll talk about your business and see if this is a good fit for you or not. We'll answer all your questions, make it real simple. Like I said, only if you meet that criteria. You got to be doing at least $20,000 per month, and you want to start putting systems and stuff in place so that you can leverage paid traffic and get to six figures per month. All right? So if you meet that criteria and you want to talk further, see if the Directive is a good fit for you, fill out the form below. We'll get on the phone, talk with you, see if it's a good fit. If it is, we can talk about what it would look like to move forward so that we can help you more one-to-one, get to where you want to be. To the victor belong the spoils. This is Jason Hornung.